Are you a new CISO, a struggling CISO, or someone looking to become a CISO? Then you've come to the right place, because with these 5 simple steps, I can teach you how to become an awesome CISO.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Now I know what you're going to say. Javvad, you've never been a CISO. What can you possibly teach me about being a CISO? And I say, much like David Attenborough has never been a whale or a penguin, he can be an observer of these things and be an expert commentator. Think of me as the David Attenborough of the CISO world, observing them in their natural habitat. The first step is to make everything about risk appetite. The beauty of this is that whenever there's a tough decision to be made, you can shift it to the business. So imagine this, there's a third party out there and they're playing hardball. Now you don't want to become the bad CISO, because they might strike your name off that amazing golf course that they've invited you to. So you simply say, it's about risk appetite, and glance over at the business owner. Not your problem anymore. When in doubt, scribble a crude diagram and just say it's out of the risk appetite. Metrics underpin all the information. Luckily or unluckily, the board has an attention span of a 3-year-old. They will consider only pretty graphs for a maximum of 90 seconds before making multi-million-dollar investments. This is where your red, amber, green traffic light system comes into effect. You want to represent your security controls and posture effectively in one chart. And this is where you need to be careful. Say you want more money, so you will be tempted to showcase something as red. Big mistake, as that will be interpreted as you being incompetent, and you'll be asked why they're paying you so much money for a control to be in the red. Overplaying your hand and saying everything is green will not only not get you any more budget, but if a breach were to occur, you'll be dragged over the coals saying, you told us everything was green and we still got breached. Therefore, everything should be a steady shade of amber. That way, you need money, you ask them. If a breach did happen, you warn them. You need to be greedy with the data you have. Acquire them from everywhere, the endpoint, the network, your third parties, at least 3 threat intel providers, subscribe to analyst reports, and get in external advisors at least once a quarter. That way, if anyone asks you a question, especially if it's an auditor, you can simply point at the data and say, it's somewhere in there. Wink and walk away. It's always good to have more data than you need, even if it's an unstructured mess, because it means the answer you seek is somewhere in there. Another thing awesome CISOs do is to go to conferences and speak about the amazing things they are doing. Of course, they should do it in a vague a way as possible, in a way that makes them seem like a genius to any potential employer sitting there, but vague enough to not give away any details, because, let's face it, you have none. Make out like you're working on something that not even Elon Musk could figure out. When pushed for details, apologize and say it's confidential, proprietary, top secret, need to know, and then joke about how you've already disclosed too much and your lawyer in the audience is giving you the dirty look. Fifth and most important step of becoming an awesome CISO is to remember that good things happen to those who wait. So you need at least a 5-year strategy. 5 years is the minimum amount of time it will take for those risks to come within appetite, for your unstructured data to become organized and searchable, or for your amber traffic lights to become green. Of course, this 5-year plan will usually stretch out into 7 or 8 years before being scrapped. But that's no concern to you, because after about 2.5 years, you will be a CISO in another place, telling people how awesome the new project is you're working on. But of course, that's on a need-to-know basis. Stay secure, my friends.
Oh, this you crazy mother.